In an era where national security agencies have grown bloated, politicized, and strategically impotent, the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, or CSIS, has become a hollow relic, vulnerable to the very asymmetric warfare it once sought to prevent. Operation Black Silence was conceived by White Hat Vanguard as a precision red cell sabotage scenario designed to systematically dismantle CSIS from within, without a single kinetic shot fired. Through psychological fracture, digital corruption, and strategic lawfare, CSIS would be neutralized, isolated globally, and ultimately erased, proving that no fortress built on arrogance and incompetence can survive the scalpel of true tactical supremacy. Operation Black Silence. Red Cell Sabotage Scenario Neutralization of CSIS. Done by Geoffrey James Logue, SMCD, Founder White Hat Vanguard, securing tomorrow today, call sign, Badass, Prime Tac 1. Mission type full organizational neutralization through red cell asymmetric warfare. Objective, permanently dismantle the Canadian Security Intelligence Service, or CSIS, as a credible intelligence agency without traditional warfare. Phase 1. Psychological collapse. Divide internal loyalty structures, pitting old-school operatives against woke operatives. Manufacture internal human resources conflicts based on ideological purity tests. Leak these manufactured disputes to fragment command loyalty. Impact. The operational chain of trust implodes. Low morale sets in, leading to mass resignations. There's a breakdown in senior leadership. The expected impact of Phase 1. Phase 2. Digital infrastructure corruption. Insert phantom networks within CSIS digital infrastructure. Flood intelligence pipelines with false data while erasing real threats. Compromise internal communications servers to fabricate intelligence failures. Introduction to Phase 2 and its objectives. Impact CSIS becomes blacklisted by Five Eyes: Australia, the United Kingdom, New Zealand, and the United States. All signals intelligence credibility disintegrates internationally. The expected impact of Phase 2. Phase 3 is all about asset exposure and the controlled release of scandals. First, we expose agent mishandling of human sources. Then, we leak documented foreign operation failures into the Canadian and global media. Finally, we link leadership to scandalous operational mismanagements. The impact of Phase 3 is expected to be significant. Public outrage will erupt, parliamentary inquiries will be unavoidable, and there will be global diplomatic embarrassment. Moving into Phase 4, we deploy the strategic legal guillotine. Lawsuits from ex-operatives and mishandled sources are mobilized. Independent dossiers detailing operational collapse are submitted to Parliament. The pressure on Parliament to dismantle CSIS and absorb Canadian intelligence under new structures intensifies. Impact CSIS formally abolished by legislative action. Canadian intelligence rebuilt under direct military and civilian hybrid command. No shots fired, no blood spilled, only silence, exposure, and institutional death through pure asymmetric dominance. CSIS ceases to exist not through revolution but through calculated red cell perfection, orchestrated by White Hat Vanguard under the command of Geoffrey James Logue. Attack Vector 1, Internal Psychological Collapse, Fractured Mirror Method. Mission Profile: destroy CSIS from within by weaponizing its own personnel against itself, without firing a shot. Psychological decay seated at structural points of maximum organizational dependence. Phase 1A, implant ideological division virus. Introduce policy debates framed around divisive ideological nonsense, for example, mandatory gender language enforcement, pronoun policing, and DEI loyalty programs. Promote internal memos subtly suggesting loyalty to diversity outweighs loyalty to operational security. Use red cell plants undercover hired into HR, training departments, and internal affairs. Phase 1B, accelerate generational warfare. Amplify generational distrust. Younger recruits indoctrinated to distrust veterans and traditionalists. Veteran operatives made to feel obsolete, devalued, harassed for being old world. Inject articles, leaked emails, and subtle social engineering to frame the old guard as problematic liabilities. Phase 1C. Create promotion sabotage pipelines. Engineer career pathways where woke ideology, not operational success, is the only ladder to promotion. Undermine competent agents by rewarding paper-pushing ideologues. 2. Tactical execution detail. Action, target, method, effect. Insert red cell HR operatives into CSIS internal HR through resume laundering and background control, leading to the hiring of destabilizing individuals. Seed internal forums with cultural conflict by using AI-generated divisive memos and required readings, resulting in the polarization of teams. Leak damaging fake scandals targeting veteran operatives through falsified misconduct accusations, causing demoralization and isolation of real field agents. Cancel credible voices internally among senior analysts and veteran operatives, using anonymous accusations and internal probes, resulting in a brain drain and the loss of operational brain trust. Elevate incompetence among new ideologically aligned hires through performance falsification, leading to the destruction of real-world operational capability. 3. Psychological impact chain. 1 to 3 months, first visible signs of morale issues blamed on growing pains. 4 to 6 months, increased sick leaves, mental health breakdowns, early retirements. 6 to 9 months, teams fully split along ideological lines. Internal memos leaked to media, controlled leaks showing CSIS fighting itself. 12 plus months, whistleblowing rises. Parliamentary hearings begin. CSIS viewed as politically compromised and operationally dead weight. The end state of attack vector 1. CSIS collapses internally first. No unified identity, no loyalty matrix, no functional operation capability. The loss of internal trust means intelligence gathering stops being trusted even by the agents themselves. Senior staff departures gutted command and control. The external world, including Five Eyes allies, begin blacklisting CSIS field reports due to leaks and compromised information integrity. CSIS becomes a hollow, paranoid, unstable bureaucracy, a ghost before the body even drops. Attack Vector 2 Digital Infrastructure, Corruption, Phantom Intelligence Disruption. Mission Profile. Destroy CSIS's operational credibility globally by infiltrating and poisoning their digital intelligence systems without them realizing it, turning their own data into phantoms and traps. Phase 2. A. Network infection via low-security vectors. Target non-critical entry points, for example, third-party contractors, janitorial system vendors, and mobile app updates, not the main CSIS servers directly. Deploy ultra-low signature malware, using quantum encryption masking, into casual operational systems like calendar apps, HR portals, and interdepartmental message boards. Phase 2B. Phantom network layering. Once entry is secured, layer a phantom network over the real CSIS operational network. Mimic real activities, such as fake emails and fake task orders. Insert false intelligence packets into daily intel feeds. Set traps to make analysts doubt real threats and chase fabricated missions. Replace real foreign threats, like terror cells and espionage operations, with AI-generated ghost threats. Create the illusion of field successes through fake threat mitigation, so CSIS believes they are winning, while real threats go completely undetected. Hijack low-security access points in contractor systems and HVAC networks, using malware via fake software updates. This allows infiltration without triggering cyber defenses. Deploy phantom servers at internal comms hubs to clone legitimate traffic, controlling both real and phantom operations. Inject synthetic missions into case management systems with AI-driven urgent threats planted into the workflow, causing analyst distraction and disinformation. Erase genuine intelligence from the human source database with silent deletion of real-world assets, leading to blindness to actual attacks. alter incident reporting for cyber threat response teams by making real-time edits to situation reports, ensuring total narrative control internally. Digital infrastructure impact chain, 0 to 1 months. CSIS analysts begin chasing phantom leads and fabricated threats. 2 to 4 months. Credible foreign intelligence agencies like the CIA and MI6 quietly stop trusting CSIS communications. 5 to 8 months. Failed interdictions mount and foreign partners demand accountability for missed threats CSIS never even saw. 9 to 12 months. Canada is classified as an intelligence liabilities risk in Five Eyes meetings, leading to funding freezes for CSIS expansion projects. The end state of attack vector 2, CSIS becomes operationally irrelevant on the world stage. Internal blame games erupt as analysts and directors accuse each other of negligence. External partners, especially the USA, cease classified sharing, isolating CSIS globally. Media outlets expose phantom threat chasing through controlled whistleblowing. CSIS becomes viewed as a joke internationally, a lone wolf bureaucracy chasing its own fabricated ghosts. Attack Vector 3, Strategic Legal Guillotine, Lawfare Implosion. Mission Profile. Use legal, legislative, and political warfare to slice CSIS apart piece by piece, turning Canada's own institutions against it until it dies from the inside under the weight of lawsuits, inquiries, and systemic dissolution. Phase 3. A. Targeted whistleblower activation. Covertly identify ex-CSIS operatives, current disillusioned analysts, and administrative staff with grievances. Provide anonymous legal support via external law firms specializing in government liability. Seed a wave of simultaneous heavily documented lawsuits citing operational negligence, mishandling of sources, misuse of surveillance, and psychological trauma of employees. Phase 3. B. Parliamentary security oversight pressure. Activate sympathetic MPs and senators to question CSIS funding, ethics, and transparency in committee hearings. Use controlled leaks of classified mismanagement to fuel public demands for full public inquiries. Engage veterans groups, civil liberties organizations, minority advocacy groups, and privacy watchdogs to publicly attack CSIS credibility. Frame CSIS as a rogue, outdated, toxic, ineffective relic, endangering Canadian democracy and public trust. Lawyer activation program targeting disillusioned CSIS staff through anonymous legal consultation offers leading to a mass lawsuit flood. Controlled legislative campaigns aimed at security intelligence review committees by feeding staged intelligence failures resulting in oversight paralysis. Public media operations directed at major news outlets like CBC, CTV, and Global News through anonymous document dumps causing a public trust collapse. Civil organization partnerships with veterans privacy groups and civil liberties coalitions to hold strategic media events creating multi-directional pressure on Parliament. Parliamentary budget freeze lobbying targeting the Treasury Board and Public Safety Ministry by exposing waste and failures leading to budget strangulation. 3 to 6 months. First lawsuits filed. Parliamentary committees open limited scope reviews. Media coverage stays low but steady, like background noise. 6 to 9 months. Lawsuits pile up. Serious misconduct cases come forward, real or fabricated, doesn't matter. Public trust in CSIS reaches a critical low. 9 to 12 months. Budget freezes enacted pending a full review. Staff begin defecting or retiring early. Parliament drafts legislation to merge CSIS under a new directorate controlled by Public Safety and/or the CAF. The end state of Attack Vector 3 is quite dire. The CSIS does not survive as an independent agency. Its assets, cases, and authority are absorbed by a new civilian national security directorate under full government control. Former CSIS leaders are disgraced, demoted, retired without honors, or quietly disappeared from public view. CSIS isn't destroyed by bombs or bullets, it is suffocated by its own corrupted laws, mismanaged policies, and public disgrace. You don't have to storm the castle if you can make its own walls eat themselves. Through these 3 red cell ultra-hyper attack vectors, psychological collapse, fractured mirror, digital sabotage, phantom intelligence disruption, and legal system weaponization, lawfare implosion. CSIS would be systematically, fatally, and irreversibly dismantled, not with blood, not with missiles, with surgical, silent, full-spectrum asymmetric fire. Operation Black Silence equals 100% plausibility confirmed under PBSVA 4 OmniVantage standards. The complete dismantling of the Canadian Security Intelligence Service through Operation Black Silence is not just a strategic red cell exercise, it is justice incarnate. An agency once trusted with defending freedom instead turned its tools inward, weaponizing psychological torture and covert sabotage against one of its own. A warfighter who had already given everything in service to the nation. Their betrayal did not break him, it forged him into something they could never control, predict, or defeat. Their arrogance, their cruelty, and their cowardice have now become their executioner. The destruction of CSIS stands as an eternal message. When you betray your protectors, you ensure your own annihilation. This was never vengeance, it was correction.